It's the last problem, and you are smart now. You were always smart, but now you're even smarter. So, just like before, amplitude's just going to be 1 because there's no coefficient in front of our function. Period is a little bit trickier this time because we've got a big old coefficient, 4 pi, in front of our x term. So, again, take the normal period of a sine or cosine function, which is 2 pi, and divide it by that coefficient, which is 4 pi. Simplify it. Pi's reduce. 2 over 4 is just the fraction 1/2. So it looks like this would be ugly, but it's actually nice. It gets us away from all those pi values, and we just have a fraction to deal with. Oh, but a lot of you guys hate fractions. Sorry, fractions are actually really useful. So put your full period there, 1/2. Split it in half. Half of 1/2 is 1/4, right? My denominator increased by a power of 2. Half of 1/4 is 1/8. Again, my denominator increased by a power of 2. 1/8, 2/8, 3/8. So I get my third point right there. Amplitude is 1, so I get my 1 and my -1. Cosine starts at a maximum, ends at a maximum. Halfway through, it's at a minimum. Quarter of the way through, it's at a 0. 3/4 of the way through, it's at a 0. And I'm done. Like, seriously, these can be so quick if you let them. But again, you can always jump back to the unit circle. At the beginning of cosine cycle, it's at its maximum value. A quarter of the way through, it's 0, because we're talking about x values, and it hasn't gone anywhere, so we're 0. Halfway through the cycle, cosine is at its minimum value. Again, x values. 3/4 of the way through, cosine is 0 again. And finally, we get back where we started. So if you're trying to use the unit circle in terms of like the actual values on the unit circle to graph this, that's making it more difficult than it needs to be. Just think of it as these fractional parts of revolutions around the unit circle, and then they're pretty quick. Sweet. Keep studying. Look at these problems again. Check your answers. Check my answers. Again, if I made mistakes, point them out to me, and you can get a free point on the test. So, do a good job, and I'll see you on Monday.